Matthew Malcolm with Pacific Nut Producer Magazine, reporting to you from the office of Richard Matoian, Executive Director of American Pistachio Growers. We've got some great news from the Sunset Review, and as well as an industry update here. So here's Richard to talk about it.
The great news that we recently heard for the pistachio industry was the International Trade Commission voting unanimously to keep in place the anti-dumping order that's been in place on pistachios from the country of Iran. The ITC ruled on June the 1st that it would maintain those tariffs in place. And this was after a hearing that we participated in. American Pistachio Growers, along with Wonderful Pistachios, went to Washington, D.C., testified at this hearing, provided plenty of evidence to show that if the market were opened up to Iranian product here in the U.S., that they potentially could flood our marketplace and could drive down the price of pistachios, making it an economic challenge and making it difficult for U.S. growers to compete. So this ruling, which was unanimous, 5-0, is certainly a victory for the U.S. industry, and we're going to be able to maintain the current tariff that's in place for the Iranian product. The tariff is 241%, so that effectively locks them out of the U.S. marketplace. So this is for raw in-shell pistachios, which would be the type of product that they would be bringing into the U.S. So great news for the U.S. pistachio industry. In other news, the crop for the 2017 year is expected to be an off year or lower crop. Last year, 2016, we had a record crop of just over 900 million pounds. We're expecting somewhere between, could be 500 to 550 million pounds, all the way up to 650 million pounds of product being produced this year in 2017. The crop is progressing along pretty nicely. What we've heard from growers is they're right at the end of shell hardening, and we're now at the very beginning stages of nut fill. So growers should be looking at cutting their nuts to see whether or not nut fill is actually occurring. So for many growers, this is the time that they need to be very careful and monitor the amount of water they have in their orchards, making sure that the trees have enough water. If the trees don't have enough water, it's certainly a time that nut fill will not occur properly or won't occur to the levels that growers need. So water levels are most importantly critical during this particular time period. At the end of July 28th to be exact, American Pistachio Growers will be having its annual membership lunch. The lunch will be held in Visalia at the Visalia Convention Center Exhibit Hall. At that meeting, we're going to have syndicated columnist Victor Davis Hanson as our keynote speaker, and we'll also be giving updates on what's going on in terms of the crop shipments, crop trends, and also, and probably very importantly, what's going on in terms of marketing for American Pistachio Growers. That day, July 28th, we'll be having our a board meeting in which we'll be voting in our annual budget for the year. So we'll be unveiling what we're going to be spending our dollars on in the area of marketing. So if you're a pistachio grower, if you're interested in what American Pistachio Growers is doing for you on behalf of the industry, please come to the Visalia Convention Center on Friday, July the 28th, beginning at 11 a.m. 12 o'clock will be lunch, and then our program to follow. So look forward to seeing you all in Visalia.
Thank you, Richard. We're certainly looking forward to the upcoming Pistachio Luncheon, and we'll see you there. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.